Hi everybody, welcome to Fired Up with CJ show. Today we are going to spark you up with some fun exercises. And we have Claudia, Cheyne-Cook, and Sara, Hebert. And they're going to help those of you out there, it's Valentine's Day coming up, and you either may be in a relationship, not in a relationship, or probably contemplating love and connection. And so these guys have a wonderful exercise that they're going to step me through, and you can at home step yourself through the same exercise to get a flavor for what sparking your life looks like. Welcome, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, in reference to Valentine's Day, the way that it's advertised and marketed, it seems so much about couples, and so single people feel, I think, more left out and isolated than they would anyway. Mm-hmm. So what this exercise that Sara is going to take us through is about self-love.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and acknowledgement, and it's just beautiful. And we all can use that at all times, because if we don't have that for ourselves, we're not really capable of giving that to anyone else.
Right. Love starts with self-love first.
Absolutely.
So, one of the things that's core to our workshops is that a person's essence is always whole and alive and vibrant, and that a person is love. But we walk through our lives and we accumulate stories and experiences and judgments that sort of make that essence, that piece of us that is our core, feel so distant, or maybe even completely disconnected with it. And so what this exercise is called How Love Sees Me, and it's an example of some of the heart work that we do in our workshops. It generally would be about a 5 or 10 minute experience. We're going to do about a 90-second one, so that you can get an idea. But you start off and it's an individual exercise. So CJ, just start off by sort of wiggling off whatever you have come with in your day. Yeah.
Shake it off. All right.
And then,
yeah.
So,
all right. Okay.
A few deep breaths. And imagine that you time traveled to this very moment. And you left anything that was ever part of your judgment or your view about yourself behind. All the story is gone. There's no baggage. There's no judgment. And draw yourself to the place in your body that for you is your heart center. And imagine, in whatever way it comes to you, pure love. And breathe that in and sense that pure love is in you. And ask yourself, ask love, what does love see in me? What does love know of me? How does love see me?
And I should be thinking about these things silently to myself. Is that right?
Right.
Yes.
So how does love see me?
Okay.
Just keep going deeper. What is it that love knows of me? And imagine yourself being that love, being all that love sees you as. And knowing that you carry that with you every day, every moment. And if we were in a workshop setting, we would do that for an extended period of time with some other music and prompts. But what we then go to is to ask things like, what came up for you? What do you notice when you're in that experience?
For me, what I notice is that, well, first of all, it's nice to put yourself in a meta position where you're kind of like drawing away from yourself and all the stories and stuff, because when I think that happens, you can see yourself in a more objective light, I think. And then also what happened for me when I did it, that is that if you see yourself through love's eyes versus your own judgment and filter and lens that you put on yourself, you can see, well, I got to a very meta position where I look at all of us and say we are all perfect and we are all whole and we are all love. And that's the place I went, where, so if we're all that, then I'm also perfect, whole, and, so that's kind of where I went when I went to that place. And then I could definitely feel, experientially feeling-wise, I could feel my heart opening and just kind of radiating that thing. And what stopped me was when I was like, okay, if I was that, what would happen? And I could kind of feel it, but that's when the contours of it for me became like, not sure if I'm doing it right. So that in itself is insight, right? Why is it that when it got to that point that, now I'm going to be that, you take the position, the meta position of, let's say, God, or whatever you want, a God in form or consciousness or whatever, you take that form and you say, okay, now what would happen if I walked around in that form every day? And that's where my mind went. So that was my personal experience.
It's like the mind got in there.
Yeah, and went, what?
Yes.
One of the things that we say sort of regularly throughout the content that we bring, and what you got to in what you described around that meta place is, that's the real stuff. That's the stuff that's really real.
Yeah.
Well, we are humans, and we live a human experience, and so it is a process, or it is an everyday occurrence of remembering, right? So when you're not remembering, when your logic kicks in,
right,
when your critiquing mind kicks in, but then how do I do life question comes in, it's like, well, how do we do life is what we've lived. It's what our whole world lives. But how do we be? It's all new to us, right? Yeah. It's a whole new thing. It's not what we live every day. So it's a good thing to go into that space so that we can remember it more often, so that we can come back to it, so that we have it as a grounding place.
Yeah, and I think for Valentine's Day, it's when I think it's most important to kind of ground into, you are perfect, and you're loved, and you are loving, and in fact you emanate love, and because I think that is probably the most attractive energy that you could be sending out there. So even during this time of February, kind of practicing that same exercise, just even listening to this tape over and over, or video over and over again, and doing it probably gets you in the right energetic space so that you're radiating love, and that's attractive.
Yes. And we can go there anytime we need to.
Yeah.
And the more we recognize that place, the more we have awareness of that place, the more we remember it and want to go back there.
Yeah.
And re-experiencing it.
Yeah.
So, and we're always in and out, in and out, in and out, all the time, and it's just a matter of remembering. But you have to have the experience first. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's the best Valentine's gift that you could possibly give anyone. We'll have to send this around as a Valentine's Day card.
Yeah.
A little video card.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, AJ. Thank you.
That was great.